Imagine a system that can triage hundreds of customer inquiries, process invoices, and manage your IT operations simultaneously without ever taking a break. Autonomous AI agents are handling this volume for growing companies right now. It allows a small operations team to maintain the response times of a much larger department without the overhead of additional hiring. But when most businesses decide to automate, they default to the path of least resistance, signing up for a cloud-based software as a service platform. What that really means is you're renting space on a multi-tenant server. Your company's automation is running right alongside thousands of other businesses on shared public infrastructure, and that convenience comes with a recurring penalty. Because you are constantly renting compute power, you get hit with per-user seat fees that scale from $150 up to over $1,000 every single month as your usage grows. Worse, you are routing your proprietary client records, internal logs, and sensitive financial data out of your building and through a third-party cloud. The direct answer to these recurring fees and privacy risks is hosting your AI locally. You run a single-tenant environment right inside your own office network. True business automation shouldn't lock you into renting server space forever. Physically owning your AI gateway is the most sustainable way to protect your data and your bottom line. Of course, moving away from the cloud means you need a physical computer running 24/7 to act as that dedicated hub. For businesses starting from scratch, askingAi offers a complete turnkey mini PC for $500 that you simply plug in and turn on. But many IT operators and business owners already have capable machines, like Intel NUCs, workstation desktop towers, or even rack-mount servers, just sitting idle in a closet after an office upgrade. That is why we built the Bring Your Own Hardware, or BYOH option. For a one-time $300 setup fee, you can install the complete askingAi enterprise software stack directly onto your existing hardware. Which brings up a very important choice. Does repurposing that old computer actually optimize your budget, or does saving $200 up front just buy you an IT headache? To answer that, we have to look at the long-term math across all three deployment models: Cloud SaaS, the pre-built mini PC, and the BYOH option. This chart projects the total cost of ownership for each option over a 3-year timeline. With a standard cloud subscription, you start at $0 down, but those recurring monthly fees compound quickly. Over 36 months, that line soars past $5,400. Now look at the local options. Both the $500 mini PC and the $300 BYOH option flatline immediately. Your upfront investment is your final cost. That $300 BYOH fee fully licenses the askingAi software for your business. It permanently eliminates SaaS subscriptions from your balance sheet. However, there is a physical trade-off. When you supply your own machine, you assume total responsibility for its hardware health. You are opting out of the 12-month physical warranty that comes bundled with our pre-built mini PC. Ultimately, the BYOH path asks you to trade physical hardware warranty coverage for absolute maximum upfront software savings. You also have to factor in the installation process. Bringing your own hardware doesn't mean you just click an instant download link and walk away. Once you select BYOH, our engineering team will reach out to schedule a guided remote setup session to get the system running on your device. We handle installing a security-hardened Ubuntu server OS and configuring your custom agent workflows. You don't need any personal Linux expertise to make it work, but it does require active participation from your team. You have to carve out scheduled time to connect with our deployment engineers and get the system integrated into your network. Contrast that with the plug-and-play simplicity of the pre-built box. BYOH saves you cash, but it requires an investment of time to realize those savings. To even qualify for that setup, your hardware has to meet a few baseline requirements. This scorecard outlines the minimums: an Intel Core i3 or Ryzen 3 processor, 8 GB of RAM, and a 128 GB solid-state drive. We require these specific specs to ensure the background daemons running your AI agents maintain stability without crashing during heavy processing loads. But if you have gear that well exceeds those minimums, the BYOH option provides significant architectural flexibility. Loading this $300 software stack onto an existing 32 GB RAM workstation or a dedicated server rack unlocks high-density multi-agent scaling. It lets you leverage enterprise-grade compute power that you already own, completely bypassing the inflated hardware markups common in the server market. There is one strict operational rule, however. Whatever machine you choose must be dedicated solely to hosting your AI, and it must be left on 24/7. Trying to save a few dollars by installing this on a receptionist's primary PC that gets powered down every evening will cripple your automation. When deployed correctly, BYOH is a highly strategic choice. It gives power users absolute control over their infrastructure to maximize performance. So how do you decide which path makes sense for your business? This decision tree breaks it down to one starting question. Do you have a spare, reliable PC? If the answer is no, or if your spare hardware doesn't hit that 8GB RAM minimum, your choice is simple. The $500 mini PC is the mandatory, clear-cut path. If you do have the hardware, ask yourself, is a hardware warranty and a zero-friction, out-of-the-box setup worth paying an extra $200? If you are a scrappy, budget-conscious operator or an IT professional who knows to optimize existing high-performance servers, the BYOH option is exactly what you need. But if you are a time-poor generalist who needs immediate execution, skip the setup session. The turnkey mini PC is worth the extra investment for peace of mind. Whichever hardware route you take, you secure the same foundational advantage: complete, single-tenant data privacy, where your client records and internal logs never leave your office network. Whether you spend $300 to repurpose an old server or $500 for a ready-to-go hub, choosing a local AI setup definitively breaks the expensive cycle of renting cloud software.